Cheers.
I can't cheers the water. It's super bad luck.
That's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The next president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
It's Bruce Buffer.
Woo! Who is that? Is that one of the announcers?
The UFC announcer. He's like the next president.
Coming in. Hold on, let's listen in.
The next president of
The United States.
President Donald J. Trump.
To be an
Fuck yeah,
American where at least I know I'm free.
He's like,
Man who got indicted just for me, and I can't stand up next to you.
he spent like 2 minutes in jail, and he goes out. He's like, on God, on my mama, no cap. They will not get me.
Don't tread on me, bitch. Now listen, we're not political here, okay?
No, but this
But
is.
we do like to laugh at things that are funny.
He's the funniest man on earth.
The funniest man, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Like there's no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best comedian in the United States,
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump. I mean, really, truly, the funniest guy of all time.
Your favorite comedian, he'd kill him. He'd kill him or her. Your favorite comedian.
1,000 times
If your favorite
over.
comedian tried to talk shit to Donald Trump to his face, he would fucking destroy them.
It would,
Easily.
yeah,
no contest.
There's no match. There is no match.
He was the president. Like you have, he's got Riz. He's got the highest amount of Riz I think I've ever seen.
I mean, the man does astronomical numbers.
Pulls stadiums.
We're
We're going to have lunch with him. We're gonna sit next to him.
Now,
On my mama. No cap.
I'm Baron. Why is he British now?
Me
I'm
and
Baron.
my slimes. We were in the lion's den.
Ivanka said it was the greatest. No, he is probably going to be the next president of the United States. Now, I'm not stating my opinion on the matter. I'm apolitical. Okay, I'm apolitical. I'm from Texas. I live in California.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my 20s. You know,
Ooh,
so
look
I
at you
don't.
flexing.
So I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I have no real dog in this fight other than what's going to be the most entertaining for me. We all know the answer to that is Trump. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not political, folks. Okay, I'm not political. I mean, John's not political. We're not political. Oh, stop. You're not political. You don't give a shit.
I'm an ideologue.
You thought he was in prison right now, John.
I thought he was in jail.
He's not in prison. Okay, he's at Mar-a-Lago.
I was picturing him in the community room going, I have the most soups. I have the best soups. Who wants a bag of coffee?
Dude, he would walk in there. He would run that prison cell.
Oh, in 2 seconds. Oh my God. Everyone would love him.
It would be a tight ship.
Yeah.
Suddenly it would be a tight ship in prison. He would be the best warrant.
Yeah.
Warrant? What am I saying?
Warden.
Warden. What is it?
Warden. He wouldn't be the warden, but he would easily.
Warden, yeah.
I just want to know, would he be like? What gang would he be with? What set would he pick?
He'd create it. He'd
be like, I'm in the Make America Great set.
He would make the prison great. He'd make it great prison.
I'm not running Peckerwood. I am an American.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for a little bit of excitement. Okay, we're all a little bored. All right, and everything's going to hell. What is it? Hell in a handbasket? We're going down the staircase in silk slippers, baby. You know what I mean? Everything's going to shit. Slipping and sliding. Who cares? If you care about this election, I feel sorry for you. Oh, I give a shit. No, you don't. No, I mean, like, it's gonna. Oh no, not like the way everyone else does. I just think it's gonna be like insane. The debates are gonna be fucking nuts. Him on that Republican panel is gonna be nuts. I hope nobody even watches the debates anymore. It's so like. Everyone watches the presidential debates. Not anymore. Really? No, I mean the numbers. You are clutching that ibuprofen like your life depends on it. Yeah, I mean, listen, it doesn't matter. He's gonna dominate. I mean, if Biden's out there, no one likes Kamala Harris. Okay, that's just like everybody. That's a given. Everybody knows that. If you ignore that, again, I feel sorry for you. It's a fact.
Yeah, he's gonna ruin.
It's a fact.
Ruin the Democrats. What I'm worried about is their pubs. I feel like they got some good choices. And
who do they have? Ron DeSantis. Listen, if him and Ron DeSantis get together, finally put their differences aside, it might actually puncture the fourth dimension.
It's over. If him and Ron DeSantis run,
finished.
But that's the other thing is Donald Trump is very much like a Julius Caesar character in which he
No, but he gets over shit. People don't actually realize Trump doesn't hold grudges the way we think he does.
No.
He's just so good at annihilating people in the moment.
Yeah.
That you think if he's fucked with you, you'll never work in this town again. But if you change your tune, to his credit, if you change your tune and then decide to get on board with whatever it is he's selling, then he will revert
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz. Dude, everybody. This is the way he is, right?
Yeah.
It's, by the way, here's the other thing. It's the way all politicians are. Yes. Every politician. What he does, though, is he's just, again, as always, is more overt and in some ways more honest about the way he lies than other people. And so I think people really gravitate towards that because there is a sense of transparency there. And his Twitter, I mean, he needs to get off of Truth Social if he really wants to get, he's got to get his head out of the clouds. And yeah, he's been tweeting from his social media. He's been tweeting from Truth Social.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was tweeting on Twitter.
No, I heard
they were workshopping his tweet.
No, dude, no one's gonna workshop a tweet for him. It's gotta be stream of consciousness. He's gotta do it on his own. He's got the moxie, he's got the gusto, he has the energy. Nobody else can do what he does that is so appealing to so many different people. Again, I don't vote, okay? I don't care. I truly don't care. So nobody fucking come for me, okay? Nobody come for me because I don't give a shit. He's funny and he's entertaining. Yeah, and that's all I care about because nothing matters, okay?
Listen, I've been called a Republican like 14 million times in the comments. Not on our comments, but it's I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, are they comments you wrote?
Yeah, the comments I type. I'm out of my Finsta.
He's like, as a conservative,
as a
free thinker,
as someone who
in an oppressed world
hangs out with Dan Crenshaw and Ben Shapiro.
You wish, dude. You would turn so quick.
Oh, dude, if I got invited to like a Candace Owens thing.
Oh my god, dude, John would dump me for Daily Wire so fucking fast.
Oh my god,
so fucking
fast. If they got me in front of a brick wall with a coffee cup.
By the way, though, you would do that for the leftists too. You would do it for either.
Oh, if I was on Cenk Uygur, I'm a mercenary. I fucking, if they had me, I could be in front of a brick wall with like a coffee cup that says liberal tears. I could be like, I would love. I want money. I'll do anything for money.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I don't want to be.
That's what the whole thing is. No one's pretending to care about the issues anymore. If anyone's pretending to care about the issues, you have left the conversation.
Yeah, I've been raw dogging a fucking sinus infection for like 2 weeks. I would love some antibiotics. It's not happening. Just give me money.
Oh, dude, I have a few left over if you want the rest.
No.
It's moxicillin.
But it's just, I need like a week worth.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's almost done. It's just giving me headaches.
Wouldn't it be nice if somebody running for president was like, "Hey, we'll take care of your antibiotic."
Oh my god, Donald! If Kamala Harris came to me tomorrow and was like, "John, we'll get you on TRICARE or something, some crazy like government healthcare program," I'd be like, "Please, thank you," and I would just become the biggest liberal of all time.
California. Anyways, whatever.
I could be. I'm just lazy. I don't want to do anything. I want just all of a sudden.
By the way, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to jump through all these hoops to like get a prescription. You should just fucking be able to.
Yeah.
This is America.
I should be able to go to a doctor. I should be able to go to Planned Parenthood and get my ears checked out.
Dude, you should be able to get an abortion if you want.
Yeah, I that's what I liked about. I went to Planned Parenthood once. You know what I mean?
Can guys go?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Every time I've been to Planned Parenthood, it's always like really fucked up because I show up there.
What are you, like a regular?
Well, yeah, STD checks, and I had a chlamydia once, and
oh my god.
I remember I went to Planned. It's always really sad.
You have soiled the studio with that statement.
It's like I walk into Planned Parenthood, right?
It hasn't already been soiled.
I sit in the lobby and I look at all the scared girls and just me. You know what I mean? And
I'm sure it's a good place to hit on people, huh?
Well, they're down if they're at Planned Parenthood. but
true.
But I was. It's
That's
but
true.
you never feel more like a monster being like a big straight white guy at Planned Parenthood, like sitting down with like a bunch of like scared 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
But that's an afterthought.
That's
Come on, that's an
life.
afterthought. That's life.
Yeah, Frank's.
Da, da,
Going
da,
in
da,
there.
da, da.
Hey, I like your top. My name's John.
You about to take it off? When you
No, no. How would you like to try out a little bit of Johnny?
Yeah, dude. It's I don't know what's gonna happen with the presidential race, okay? But it's looking a lot like the Democrats. They don't have anybody. Biden is like, listen. I think here's my prediction. This is a very this is very rough. Okay, I don't know. I'm not really paying that close attention to what's happening because I don't care.
Yeah.
But I think Joe Biden could win theoretically if he's on just a insane amount of stimulants. Like
Yeah,
more
he's-
than whatever
did-
Trump is
Did you
probably
see the
on.
blue marker video where his handler's coming out being like, stop on the blue marker, stop on the blue marker, and he's just lost. He's just
No, I
fucking,
feel like a new one of
he
those
might be
comes
the
out
worst.
every day.
He might be the worst since Reagan, but we didn't
They
have,
might need to AI generate him for the next race, to be honest. And honestly, I'm not saying that as a joke. Like, I really think like if they did that, it would be a real big, just deep fake him and then get like ChatGPT to speak in the style of Joe Biden and then bam. And pretty soon that's going to be what the president is anyway. So really having like a sentient being, this is going to be an old concept very soon.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. I'm just happy that we get a show, because if we're not going to have anybody in power that has a single interest in the American people, then fucking let's laugh, like then at least let's laugh about it. Let's just laugh while on our way out, because it's not. This is not going to be a time in which anything changes. I don't think. I think every indication has shown us that that's not going to be, at least probably not in my lifetime. No,
there's gonna be a drastic change in like,
maybe World War III.
Yeah.
That might be the change.
No, there's gonna be a massive-
Yeah, that might be what happens.
there's gonna be a shift in like power, global power in the next like 10-15 years.
Yeah, and then if you have like China and Russia
They're not gonna do
together, they might, dude.
No, they
You
can't
don't
do shit.
know.
They can't do shit.
What do you mean they can't do shit?
They can't do shit.
What are you talking about?
It's not like America versus China and Russia. It's literally, and it has been since like the dawn of time. It's East versus West, and like East has been losing like tragically for like 300 years.
Okay, and
Yeah.
where have we outsourced all of our companies and all of our trade, and how do we get all of our natural resources?
China,
is it
but it's a
all
bubble.
is it all done here? I mean, I'm just saying, like,
It's a bubble.
the
If we entered
direction is-
like a war economy, like we would destroy China. Like it would be insane.
by
Like, they
20
have-
by
they have
2050,
gas.
I just read something, I think from I don't know if it was the Wall Street Journal, I can't remember, but by 2050 they're going to have us outpaced. That's not that long.
They're not going to be.
That's not that long.
But by 2050, if they have the same leaders they have today, they'll have us outpaced. But we're talking about a new generation of Chinese leaders that literally grew up with none of the struggle. That grew up with like that. By the way, just because it's very similar to the Middle East, where you have like almost like a Confucius tribalism happening in China, where like there's this great book I read. It was a book or it was like an article or some shit. It was just called Why Arabs Can't Win Wars. And it was just like I know
it's just
incendiary
such
title.
a funny title.
But the thing is like it's like in a lot of militaries
Sounds
around
like
the
a Trump
world.
tweet.
Yeah, in a lot of militaries around the world, it was like, there's like if the guy who does the best job becomes the leader, or in a vague way at least. But like, there's so much in the Arab world is like done by like who's associated with who or who's whose son, and it just ends up having
They run it like L.A.
Yeah, it's all a bunch of nepo babies in Lebanon running Christian militias.
Well, listen, it's not hurting MBS. Let me tell you, it is not hurting MBS. It's not hurting some of them, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, Arabs can. No,
Senior party members in China are like the dudes that are like in their 70s right now are gonna like start dying. That's why I still get this is my conspiracy theory. Put my tinfoil hat on. That's why
Okay.
like organ transplants are such a big deal in China because all these senior communist members are getting like 15 new kidneys a year so they could just stay alive as long as humanly fucking possible. And that's where like a lot of these organ transplants like these people get like Rockefellers had like 5 heart transplants.
what,
Yes, dude.
bro?
You didn't know this?
No.
Yes, it's insane.
No, I'm so I'm so intrigued right now. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. Does this bypass? But this doesn't. It's not necessarily. You're not bypassing cancer. You're not averting all danger.
No, but it's almost like they're doing like modular body, like.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
like
yeah.
look up how many
They're biohacking.
Look up how many heart transplants Rockefeller's had. It's an insane amount.
BRB Trump.
BRB Trump. Sorry, I didn't mean to take us all off track.
Listen,
right
don't
now.
ever apologize for this. Although to YouTube, this is so alleged and like hypothetical, and we don't believe in anything we're about to say. You know. Okay, what am I looking up?
How many heart transplants has Rockefeller had? How many people died so this dude can live?
Should I be Googling it?
Yeah, Google it. Fuck it.
I took a hit right before we started. 6 heart.
He's had
What?
six people died so that David Rockefeller could live. Okay. Now, like these senior Communist Party members in China, and this is what I listened to a podcast. I'm just regurgitating some shit I heard on podcasts. Like a lot of these guys, they want like new kidneys, new organs and stuff, and they live longer.
I mean,
He's fucking 99. He's had 6 heart transplants. He probably naturally should have died at like fucking 60 because he's like, you know. But like, dude, you don't just live to 99, bro. You don't tell me he wouldn't have lived to 99 unless he had 6 heart transplants.
the only people that live to be 99 are these cases, and then people in or the poorest people on planet Earth in like some rural village.
Yeah, you'll get like an 80-year-old woman in Sardinia that's like, I eat my eggshells every day and I live to 99. But it's like
if you're living in some village in Dagestan, you know, maybe
Rockefeller's not a genetic freak. I mean, if you look at pictures of David Rockefeller, he looks nuts, dude.
Well, so he had 6. Now, what does this thing say? Like, this is Snopes, which whatever.
Oh, see if it's false. It's false.
I don't believe Snopes. What are you, out of your mind?
Well, how many has he had? Well, that's the best thing is reading the why it's false. Snopes will be like, he hasn't had 6 heart transplants.
I used to be like, well, PolitiFact
He's had 5 heart transplants and 1 kidney transplant.
Yeah, I just want to know the reasoning behind this.
We could be completely false right now. This is something I read.
I mean,
how many has he actually had?
I mean, yeah, this could be totally fake.
Whatever. Point stands. When they're, again, YouTube, when, they're harvesting like Falun Gong, organs. The reason they like these organs, usually those people don't drink too much.
John, it says it's from a satirical site. Now, I don't know if this is true, but...
Well, whatever. They are all fake. I want to believe, okay?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm sure he had a bunch of other stuff happen, When you are the richest person, you do get significantly better medical care, I imagine. That's very much the case.
What I'm saying is the new generation Chinese leaders are not going to be nearly as hard or as disciplined or as brutal as the generation we've been facing right now. These are people like, if you look at like
we
Xi
don't know
Jinping,
that. That's purely speculative. It's purely speculative.
Xi Jinping's father was publicly humiliated after being put in a prison. Then Xi Jinping lived in a cave for like a few years. His sister committed suicide because of what the embarrassment it was to his family. That dude's a hard dude. That dude's a very hard dude.
And there's probably many that he's groomed to be his successor.
Yeah, and wasn't Gore, but no one can face what he faced.
Maybe
during the Cultural Revolution.
Again, attributing the future of geopolitics to one of the leaders, childhoods and how that built his character isn't really a telltale sign of what's to come.
I'm just not buying it, man. I'm just not buying it.
Buying what? That we're at a threat right now, that we have 2 threats that might join forces in what would be our biggest geopolitical nightmare of all time that we've been warned against time and time again.
Just not buying it.
But why?
Their economies aren't strong enough. We're not talking about America
versus... They will be, though, and their economies are strong enough.
Do?
What are you talking about? China's economy is insane. If they join forces with Russia, who's got one of the biggest nuclear arsenals.
Yeah, nuclear. We're going to Mars, Ida.
Who's going to Mars?
United States. You think we're going to be the second person on Mars,
bro?
It's not. We're going to Mars.
If our only escape plan is Mars, we're in dire straits. I'm just saying. No, if our only way out of this is to change planets, we
got oil. We got all the technology. We got Elon Musk. We got all the.
We have one guy. We have one guy who just sits around and looks at memes, and I'm sure he does a lot more than that.
Yeah,
but
relax, Elon.
He does spend a lot.
Yeah,
I like Elon, but he does spend a lot of time on Twitter.
Boeing, we got fucking.
I love Elon. Listen, I've stated my opinions on Elon Musk. In the 4th episode of this show.
We got Finland now. We just joined. Finland just joined.
Oh, goody. Oh, good.
We got Finland.
We got the happiest people on the planet.
We just expanded our border of NATO. It's NATO versus everyone else. It's
expanding NATO. This is what we talked about in that 4th episode. In our 4th episode,
somebody was complaining
called Burning Man Billionaires about Elon Musk mostly.
Who was someone in the comments?
We also talked about
call
NATO.
me un-American for not being a fan. I can't be an American and not be a fan of NATO or something. Did you see that? What? Somebody said that. You know what?
But you are a fan of NATO.
You
stated that in that episode about how much we should expand, which heightens nuclear tension.
I got long COVID and ADD.
Was that like 10 opinions ago for you?
I'm a fan of NATO for selfish reasons, but also I'm a schizophrenic and I also hate NATO. But
you didn't hate it in that episode. I mean, we went back and forth because I was saying.
I hated in this episode.
I'm not like saying I hate it or like it, but I think the expansion of it is something we should be very wary of and very, we should not be just like adding anybody who wants to join. We shouldn't just let we shouldn't just let anyone join.
It's our Soviet Union. It's our fucking. It's like NATO's NATO.
Jussie Smollett has just joined NATO. It's like anybody that wants to come.
Willow Smith is now in NATO.
Jada, Will Smith, Jada, the whole fam. They're all joining. Listen, if you can afford it, you're in. I mean, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. George Kennan, we talked about all this. Like, God, it's so funny because we had this exact conversation like 9 months ago and it's still pertinent. Like, we could still have the exact same conversation now and it would still be relevant. But the bottom line is that I think on foreign policy, if we are going to be serious about it for a second, on foreign policy, I think Donald Trump is light years ahead of anybody we've had in quite some time, except I have some problems with what he did with Iran, but that aside, even though it's like personal for me, obviously.
Yeah, somebody's got out.
What he did
Iran.
with North Korea was impressive. The fact that we didn't get into a war is impressive. I'm not saying it's perfect. I do love some sound bites. You got to stop with the gun, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's like a fidget spinner. You're making all sorts of. You're making.
You
can hear it.
It's not a fidget spinner. It's a weapon. But this is what I'm dealing with here. You know what I'm saying?
I got an earache. I'm like a sick dog. I'm like a sick dog.
It's always got a.
You're like talking about
either
NATO.
You're sick or you love NATO.
I hate NATO.
You hate him today. Today you hate it.
I'm very BPD.
John's
right
dating the North Atlantic. You're dating NATO.
North Atlantic
Treaty Organization. Yeah, you're in an on and off complicated relationship.
Yeah, me and NATO don't talk no more, dude.
Yeah, it's an on and off alliance. Like it's on a day-to-day basis here. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But what are we? Trump.
I did just like drink and have a little hitty poo. Okay.
I don't believe.
God, I hate that.
You fucking ripped that.
What am I, Crystal yet?
You ripped that vape. I don't believe you.
For me, taking a little.
It's like fucking half baked over here. I know you're fucking ripping that bong.
No, I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore.
What, are you like an ex-prostitute? I don't do that. I don't dance anymore.
It feels like it. Bongs are very phallic. You feel like a sex worker when you smoke out of one. Frankly, just without the money, you're just losing money instead of getting it. Mm-hmm. I really can't stop. Like, these guys keep messaging me about insulting them for money, and it's so tempting. They're like, "What's your Cash App? I just want to give you a little." How about
this? How about you just use me as your own personal chat? How about you have chat GBT insult them for money?
You have like dyslexia when you talk. What is that called?
It's called just being a blubbermouth.
Dude, but it's cute though. Like, it's always endearing when you do it.
Yeah,
it's never annoying. It's like ping, cheepy.
Yeah, my mouth moves faster than my mind. It's always been a big problem. I've been mispronouncing words since I was a little kid.
I've certainly used it to my benefit. You're on this very program.
But you just have chat, make an app, have chat GBT, insult them, and then.
I don't need the software. I would enjoy it. This is the problem with it, is not that I'm just willing to do it, right? Because it's really easy to convince yourself that you're willing to do something. It's not even that. I would truly enjoy insulting these people and getting paid. I would finally feel like I've done something right in my life.
How about this, pay pigs? You hit me up on Instagram, JOHNBADDMAN. I'll fucking show Ida pictures of you, and I'll regurgitate what she says to me to you, and you'll pay me $20 a pop. Okay.
Well, hold on. Now we gotta split my. Now we gotta split this.
Cuckier. That's even cuckier. You're literally hitting up me. Yeah, I'll give you some money.
You know what though? You're way better at checking messages than me. So this actually might be. I'll not answer for weeks and have no idea what's going on.
I'm not that good, but I try my hardest. It's just getting to a point now where there's a lot of people like, and I'm like the third tier fucking guy on the podcast, and I'm still getting hit up a lot. And it's
no.
Jesus.
Well, the shit's growing. It's good.
It's good. It's good.
We like that. I'm the
friendliest. I'm the friendliest snore. I'm the snore. The Lorax that you know.
You're the what?
I'm the friendly little bushman that will respond to everybody and be genuine. And
yeah,
I love all the fans. I love all the boys.
Yeah, we love everybody, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Love our queens. Love our kings.
Love them all. We love our hermaphrodites. We love our.
Is that PC?
What?
Hermaphrodite.
I don't know.
Yeah, I can tell.
It's a scientific term.
It is.
I think so. Yeah.
So is retard.
I'm no practitioner, but
no botanist.
Yeah, I'm certainly no botanist. I'm no biologist. I'm no evolutionary biologist. Although I do have a podcast, so I could say that I am.
If you fucking pay pig incels want to just fucking light me up with your, you know, what are they trying to? Well, here's the problem.
They just want me to be mean to them for money.
No, but it starts.
And I feel very inclined to be mean. I feel very inclined to be mean to people for no money, right?
Yeah, you do it every day.
So if I could do that. Instead of getting like a real job, that would rock.
Then do it, dipshit.
Yeah, no, I mean I want to, but it feels like it's gonna. Well, here's the problem.
It's gonna evolve.
It's gonna evolve. Exactly.
It's gonna evolve. They're gonna be like,
but I can always end it. The ball's in my court. I can end it as soon as it starts to evolve.
Well, if you want to send me pictures of your little smelly pecker,
I don't want to look at that.
She's not going to look at it. I'm going to sit and look at it and then describe it. I'm going to describe it to Ida. I'm going to go, this guy's pecker.
Well,
it looks like a vanilla
for anyone, my Cash App is at Ida Tavicoli. Also, my Venmo at Ida Tavicoli. Now, this is not a guarantee of an insult. It's actually probably likely that I won't give you anything at all.
Mm-hmm. Sick.
But next time anybody wants to ask me that, I don't want to respond to anybody directly, so I'll just say that here.
Yeah. Cash App us. Make us money.
Am I prostituting myself? No, come on.
No, you're just getting money, queen.
Right?
But yeah, what were we about? Donald Trump
Fuck
in prison.
Bitches get money.
Yes.
Insult bitches get money.
Cash checks.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm so ready, dude. I'm so ready for a lightning rod to hit this country.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sick of this slow demise where we don't even know where it's headed. I mean, it doesn't keep me up at night. I be scrolling. Women be shopping. I'm not that invested.
Yeah.
I've just resigned myself to the idea that, nothing is in my hands. Nor should it be, but it's not in my hands and it's not in the people's hands. And so who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? What's this? I mean, sometimes I hang out with people that are like, they're still so invested in the politics. And it's like,
you guys got to realize.
It's like we've all campaigned for Bernie Sanders. You know what I mean? Like we've all done that. We've all had that beat. Mm-hmm. It's over. It's just over.
The first,
you know what I mean? Like
the first protest begins with your mind and body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep that going. Fuck politics. Fuck walking around on a street. You know what I mean? Fuck carrying signs or wearing a uniform.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck reading.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck reading.
Yeah, fuck reading.
Books are gay. Okay.
I am reading a new book I really like.
What book did you read?
It's called The Possibility of an Island.
Huh.
Anna recommended it, or she posted an excerpt from it, and I asked her what it was, and she said that she read it really quick, and I've already gotten through quite a bit of it. It's
look at you! You got a high reading.
It's just very. I don't necessarily, but it's just a very good. It's very interesting. It's very funny.
We should go to
highly
Borders.
Offensive.
We should go to Borders.
Very funny.
Barnes and Noble. What exists nowadays?
Oh my God, Borders! Holy shit!
It's still around. Borders closed.
Yeah, it's done.
Barnes and Noble's still around.
Yeah, I like in Dallas. I would always go to Half Price Books. They're used books, but
I like used bookshops too.
They're half the price.
We should go book shopping one day.
Okay, but you just said fuck reading.
No, but fuck reading. But also we should go to bookshops. I like reading cheap dime novels.
Yeah, you'll get like you'll get like an old 1975 comic book.
No, I read a book about. It was actually apparently this book was like mentioned on the floor of Congress. It was like a post-apocalyptic book about what would happen if an EMP went off in America. It was very scary. You would like it.
Okay.
It was written by like a colonel, and it was like about this small town in North Carolina and what happens, and like it was fucking terrifying, dude. Like no cars made before like 1950 work essentially.
Oh.
And like anyone in an old person's home is just fucked. Like anyone that's diabetic is dead.
Okay, well, how is that different from now?
Well, they have refrigeration,
We have that.
Yeah, no, but you don't when the EMP goes off. No electronics work.
What's an EMP?
It's an electronic magnetic pulse weapon. So it's basically like, so when a nuclear bomb goes off, the nuclear detonation
John's bomb
creates
corner.
bomb corner. The nuclear detonation creates something called an EMP, which basically like fries everything. Like nothing works.
Chernobyl.
Yeah, have you seen War of the Worlds? Remember at the beginning when like none of the cars work? That's essentially what the aliens did. So like,
I see.
you can create EMP devices that have the effect of that without the nuclear detonation. So like you can detonate one on like the East Coast, and essentially it would just like bring us back to the Stone Age like that. Oh. And I have a friend that it's a genuine threat.
This is like that video game I was telling you about in the I think it was a
What
Patreon
video
episode where I was telling you about the silent game that I used to play.
Oh yeah.
Or the Silent Age, sorry.
Well,
the video game where you reset, you go back in time to another. That's the whole premise of the game.
I don't know about the truth of this, but I know someone who worked with Delta Force operators in Africa, and he said that they use they don't like to use electronic sights on their weapons because of the threat of EMPs. So like the highest tier of special forces in America, they shy away from like depending on too many electronic devices. I could be completely retarded. This is something what a dude told me at one point.
Oh, interesting. Well, I don't know anything about weapons or anything. I just know that I don't know what we were just talking about. I have had a couple drinks.
I'm really good at taking you off topic. This is
yeah, you really are. And then I always
super
feel
weapon.
like I'm skitzed out, and I feel like I'm just being a woman, and
Welcome
I'm just,
to the John
and
Hour.
I can't focus on one topic. But obviously I can't because it doesn't occur to me to go back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, we had this whole thing about Trump's perp walk plan, and now we're talking about EMPs.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I thought I had this whole thing planned for today. I was like, you know what? We're going to record a day later because
dude.
I'm going to have a whole thing about Trump. And then honestly, the speech itself was like kind of anticlimactic, but I think for good reason. I'm sure he has lawyers talking to him. I'm sure he's got a lot of people advising him to lay low. These charges are bullshit, right? Let's just be honest about it. I mean, this is all horse shit, right?
Yeah, it seems like a clerical
all a crock
error.
of shit.
Seems like a clerical error, and
yeah. What are we going to arrest the guy on a technicality?
If the dude wanted to stage
he paid
a
off
coup
a
d'etat,
porn star. I mean, sue me. Like, who gives a shit?
if he wanted to stage a coup d'etat, he would have. If he really wanted to stage a coup d'etat, it would have been a lot different than what he did.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
this isn't even about that. This is about the Stormy Daniels thing.
Yeah.
So it's not even about. This is the other thing.
Ridiculous.
The thing, the 34. What is it? 34 indictments.
What lawyer is like, oh, it's going to look good when Trump's
By the
lawyer
way,
cross-examines Stormy Daniels?
Have you seen her interviews on like Jimmy
Yeah,
Kimmel?
this
and
is going
shit?
to look great for the Dems.
There's
dude.
one with her and Sarah, the really
Palin?
good, the actress, Sarah fucking.
McLaughlin.
No, bro, the actress. You're naming singers and politicians. Sarah. You
I don't know, dipshit. Sarah who?
Sarah Paulson. Thank you. I
Okay.
knew it would
I don't
come
know.
to me.
I don't know who that
There's
is.
some interview with her on Jimmy Kimmel. Sarah Paulson's in the background. I don't know if she was like bringing her there or something. And, it's like Stormy Daniels and her tits and Jimmy Kimmel and the other girl. And she's just so embarrassing. She's so like yellow at being, that was one of the terms they used in Succession the other day. She's just new. She just doesn't understand how to come across as she's a porn star. What are we talking about? She's a porn star. She has no etiquette. She has no class. I'm not saying that Trump does, okay? But like he paid off a porn star. I mean, come on. You're gonna have
a lawyer tearing her to shreds on the fucking stand, and it's not gonna look good for them.
Well,
it's her morality's gonna get questioned.
No, anyone
because
that
she's a
puts her on
fucking
a
porn
stand.
star. Yeah, that would be it. It's a dumb move.
She's pretty though. She's pretty, but
Let me see what
just
she
not
looks. What does
bright.
she even look like? I don't even know what she fucking looks like.
I mean, she's blonde. I don't know what to tell you. So she she just looks like she's better looking than most of them though, I will say.
Stormy, is it STO?
I think she's fat now, though.
Oh, really?
She might be fat now. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Stormy
not.
Daniels,
though. She has big
2023.
tits. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Huh?
Stormy Daniels, 2023.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like this isn't going to be what you put him away for. They said
But she's very pretty.
very pretty, very pretty in the face. And I imagine in the body. I imagine if I was a betting man. But from a legal standpoint, I don't think that this is going to hold much water from the few analyses of this that I saw, which was very few, because I don't think anybody really has anything to say, because he didn't really talk. It was a very short speech. It was like 21 minutes, and normally he does like a whole podcast and a half. So, and I imagine that that's probably lawyers or somebody telling him not to focus too much, because he went right back to like, I think like Russiagate stuff and election stuff. And he didn't really actually focus very much on these charges specifically, more just that it's a witch hunt.
Yeah, it's probably not good, dude.
But they say that from a legal standpoint, the bigger issue is the documents from Mar-a-Lago, but not this.
Doesn't every politician
because this might have a statute of limitations as well with the Stormy Daniels thing, huh?
Doesn't every politician just like keep classified documents?
Well, that's kind of what people are saying. They're like they're saying
know.
Biden did it and everyone did it, and Trump said that in his speech. He said that every politician has done this from the beginning of time, and like I said, I don't know what is what. I have political friends and political like acquaintances, but I myself am very much not concerned or interested with anything in this regard, really. I just want to laugh because I don't expect anything at all to happen
we're sharing,
in my favor.
We'll be sharing a can of beans under a freeway overpass. It's going to be okay.
I also don't want to like sound like some doomsdayer either. Like, who knows? Maybe nothing happens. Maybe everything stays the same. Maybe it's always been this way, but I know it hasn't. I mean, we've never had a Trump. We've never had a figure of this caliber. No. We've never had a comedian like this ever. I mean, it's hard to overstate. I mean, he is he's the moon tide that shifts the ocean. I mean, I don't really know how else to put it. He's the sorting hat or whatever. What do they call it? That stupid thing. Somebody told me
Harry Potter.
Is it Harry Potter? The sorting hat. Yeah.
Somebody calls him the sort. Who called?
Oh, that is Harry Potter. Who do you know because spoke it's the
of
him
this way?
I don't know. Somebody just said sorting hat, and I just thought that meant that you're some.
Get off Reddit, okay? Just stop fucking using Harry Potter analogies and fucking U.S. politics.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Not you. We're blowing brains out of children's heads of predator drones.
I just think at this point, give the presidency to somebody who has some steam left in them.
Yeah.
It would rock if Marianne Williamson could do it. And by the way, like her poll numbers are like shooting up, and the media is like not giving her the time of day.
Yeah. No,
as expected.
If the only person who can stop Trump is Marianne Williamson. That is the only person who could possibly stop Trump.
I want to agree with you. I really want to agree with you.
That was the only person that could have stopped Trump in 2016 was Marianne Williamson.
No, bro. Bernie, what are you talking about? In 2016, Marianne Williamson, what? I can't do this. I can't do this.
Bernie won't. Bernie, there will never be. In
2016, you said the only person that could have beaten Donald Trump was Marianne Williamson. John, that is factually untrue.
No, Bernie Sanders is Bernie Sanders.
You could make a way better case for Bernie Sanders. You could make an actual case for Bernie Sanders. The DNC actively stepped in. Debbie Wasserman Schultz actively stepped in to avoid this reality.
Old people hated Bernie Sanders.
Bro, were you paying attention at all to what was happening in 2016?
Are you kidding me?
I mean, there's no scenario in hell where Marianne Williamson would have had a better chance of beating Trump than Bernie Sanders in 2016.
Was she running in 2016 or was she running in 2020?
I don't even think she was running in 2016. Yeah. But even if she were, maybe she was. Maybe she wasn't. Regardless.
I don't know. Williamson kicks ass.
She's great.
Love her.
She is great.
Don't
she's fabulous. She wants... No, I'm not bad.
Would you rather have her or Bernie Sanders president?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh.
What I mean, what? No, I mean, listen. It's a. What are we? We have some. I'm not going to go down that road. It's. I did.
Go back to your DSA
I did
meeting.
my bidding. DSA.
Come on.
DSA.
DSA.
Take that back. You take it back. No, you take that back right now.
Sorry, my laughing is too loud. A lot of people have sensory overload in DSA meetings.
Please take that back.
Be quiet.
Take that back or we're not continuing.
We're not continuing.
No, I will walk out.
I didn't know I was so triggered by DSA.
I mean, I've never even associated with anything like that, which is why I'm so highly offended that even in jest you would say something like this to me.
Ida.
You take it back.
Do you remember when I said, go back to your DSA meeting? I'm sorry.
I don't want to apologize. You take it back. You annul it. Annul the statement.
I annulled it. I'm annulling it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
stop mentioning Bernie Sanders and I won't bring it up again.
What's wrong with you? What's up with now? You're such a weird. You're a contrarian for no reason. What do you hate, Bernie?
No, I love Bernie.
Get out of here.
He still sends me emails.
Yeah.
Love his emails. He's always like, please give me money. He's like, oh my God, I'm starving. He's like, all I got left is half a bag of peanut M&Ms. I'm sitting in my living room in my cabin. We had to sell the house in
That's
D.C.
not how, what is he, from Boston now? Suddenly he's not from Brooklyn
Bernie
anymore?
Sanders. I'm sitting eating a half a bag of peanut M&Ms.
It's ridiculous.
I'm sitting with 4 trade union coal mining socialists.
Who are you doing? You're doing somebody right now. This is so far from Bernie.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Well, you're very good. You're doing somebody very well, but it's just not him. I don't know who
whitefish.
Yeah. I would love to go to Vermont. I'd love to eat some ice cream. I'd love to eat
Maple
some Ben and Jerry's.
syrup.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Maple syrup on some vanilla ice cream.
Why is it that Vermont just feels like Canada? Like, in my mind.
Michigan felt like Canada to me. Northern Michigan. Speaking of Northern Michigan, big shout out to what was it Red Hawk? Whatever it was, hockey. Remember
was he from Michigan? Yeah. We did him on the Patreon.
Huh? I think he lives in the UP. Yeah, me and Ida have a small collection of cozy Instagram accounts we love to follow.
Yeah. We're really into ambient people on the interweb.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Vermont. What brought Vermont in your mind?
Bernie got me interested in it. I got interested in every state when I had to learn all the capitals for Jeopardy when I auditioned.
Hilarious.
Well, I already knew the capitals, but I had to remember them when I auditioned. What am I saying? When I took the test or whatever. Made it past the first round. Very proud of that. R.I.P. Alex Trebek, legendary figure. But Montpelier is the capital.
Montpelier. Sounds like a place they'd go to in Lord of the Rings.
Well, Bernie's from, I believe, lives in Burlington, Vermont. Or maybe not. I don't know. There was something I was going to say about... did you watch that incredible basketball game with the women?
What? No, it's women's basketball.
No,
of course
I know.
not. What are you, crazy?
No. This was incredible. Devin's eyes were glued to the screen. Everybody I know was watching this. No, John. It was
so incredible?
Well, because there's this one girl on there that's like incredible. Her name's Caitlin Clark. She plays for Iowa. I didn't fucking know any of this before, but I was really intently watching this game.
So what was so crazy about it?
Well, the other team won, and they did a bunch of fucking Dave Portnoy called Angel Reese, this girl. She's like this. They're both. I don't even know if I want to get into this. Angel Reese. It was the leader of the Louisiana team. And then Caitlin Clark was the leader of the Iowa team.
So
Caitlin
March
Clark,
Madness stuff, or
white
what?
girl. Angel Reese, black girl. There's racial stuff happening. They're shit talking. They're going at it. They're doing the you can't see me. You can't see me.
Yeah.
You can't see me. They can see them. They're like, no, you can't see me. And then they're like, I'm going to get a ring. And she's like, I'm going to get a ring. And she did. She got a ring. And Caitlin is like not getting a ring even though she's the best player.
Is the white one Caitlin?
The white one is Caitlin. And then Dave Portnoy tweets and says, what a classless piece of shit about the black girl that just...
Oh.
Which... is kind of like it feels racially charged.
No,
it might not. It probably wasn't. I don't even hate Dave Portnoy. I don't.
He's the pizza review guy, right?
Yeah, I like him a lot of the time. I do think he likes attention, but who doesn't? In this economy, I mean, it's
God, what are you? Last time I saw a mouth like that had a hook in it in this economy. Oh my god! All right, yeah. What?
It's Bernie Sanders, folks. But yeah, so I don't know. People got mad. There's like this whole racial debate happening now. Shaq got involved, and
What did he do? Fucking come out of his cave?
Came at Dave Portnoy. It's been fun. I love peripheral race wars in the midst of chaos politically. In the midst of political chaos.
Mm-hmm. So what was crazy? Were they both just a good team, or was there just beef between white and black?
It was just like, I'm gonna wait. You trash it, dude. The best thing about sports is trash talking. It's not just the sporting. It's the sporting. It's not just the sporting game. Okay, it's not just the actual game itself. A big part of this is psychological. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to have a battle, like on the court. That's fun. If everyone was getting in beef all the time, I would watch the games like I watch like a season of Real World. I would. I'd be way more invested. It's fucking fun. You got to get in the head of your opponent.
That's
right.
That's why MMA is the best sport, because that's all it is.
Right. Oh, dude, I watched this
And then
game.
they beat the shit out of each other. They do exactly what you want them to do on the basketball court, but they don't do it.
I was watching yesterday. I love Stephen A. Smith. I like the Dallas Mavericks, but I'm not. And I love Mark Cuban, and I love Dirk because I used to wait on him, and he was amazing. And I used to go to the games, and Luca and everybody. But I'm not like a sports person. I'm not one of these girls. I'm not looking at stats. I don't fucking know any of this shit. Yeah. I just like watching it because I find it ambient. To me, it's a dreamscape when I'm watching it, but an exciting one. Do you know what I mean? And so I was watching Stephen A. Smith. Have you seen him when he was commentating with Joe Rogan?
No.
On the MMA.
Oh, he was? Was he just horrible?
Yeah, and he just was so disrespectful.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know goddamn thing.
What was he saying?
And then Joe Rogan was horrified.
What was he saying?
Have you not seen
No,
this?
play it. I'd love this.
We keep leaving our boy
It's
Trump.
okay. Sorry, Trump.
Sorry,
See ya.
Trumpy.
See ya, Trump. Bye-bye. We're on to Stephen A. Smith. Bye-bye, Trump.
Dude, I also watched the Tucker Carlson interview on Full Send podcast.
Oh, God. Let's watch that next.
Oh, my God.
Tucker.
Dude, I was so into this interview. For the first 20 minutes, I was so off put by him, and then for the rest of it, I loved him. It was, anyways. Good luck pinning down my ideology. Good fucking luck.
What did you search? I want to see how bad you are at the internet. What did you search?
I'm just a little drunk, honestly.
What did you search?
Joe Rogan, Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh my God, Cerrone.
I don't love the way this was edited.
It's good.
You know, Conor McGregor tried to fuck me.
I know.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
He did, but continue. There's my sensei Herb Dean. Shout out.
But tell me what
You weren't there. Were you there? No, you weren't there.
No, but I've met Herb Dean like 3 times.
He rose to the occasion, and what we was able to do is, first of all, stun him in the
I did
clinch.
talk to him for a while.
Grabbing him in the clinch and slamming him with those shoulders. That was unexpected, and I've never seen anybody do it that effectively. He slammed him in the nose, and you saw Cowboy's nose bleeding immediately as soon as they broke. So already he had Cowboy on the back foot. Then he starts marching forward. He lands that head kick. Conor had Cowboy basically done within the first 15, 20 seconds.
Steven, stunning? Is that even, can you say from Conor McGregor it's a stunning win?
Listen, I'm shocked and disappointed.
It was funny because I could see your face in the middle of it all.
So I knew he had a questionable jaw, and coming in there and swearing that he wanted to strike against
He's the
Conor
Trump of
McGregor.
sports, Stephen A.
I thought that he
Smith.
was right there to be had, so
I think. I don't know, but I think.
Round 2. I didn't expect it to end in 40 seconds, or as you just said, Joe Rogan, the first 15 seconds.
How awkward is that for you to stand between the two of them and go, what are you guys fucking talking about?
I would have preferred to talk to DC or Felder or you or anybody who understands the sport.
Yeah, they didn't know the sport.
Not one, not two, but 3 times. He was pretty much done then, just like Joe said. So 15, 20 seconds in, you're seeing Cowboy Cerrone, who was the bigger guy, right? The bigger guy coming into this fight.
I love that he's talking about this as if there aren't bigger consequences in this sport. I enjoy that.
Well, there's no
It's
positive
funny.
in
It's insane.
downplaying the career of Donald Cerrone or what he can do as a fighter.
Yeah,
what
that's
that showed
crazy.
to me was how phenomenal Conor performed. That's what it showed me.
Against Conor McGregor, it was like
I love Conor McGregor.
He landed one kick to the arms, and that was basically it.
And he was one of the
I
nicest
don't know
people
jack shit
I've
about
met.
basketball. People foul people. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's happening.
Ask him how he's doing and say hello.
Yeah. I know MMA. I understand it. So if you want to talk about MMA, I'd like to talk to MMA about someone else who knows MMA.
I certainly don't claim to be.
Oh, and then he doubled down. He doubles down.
Anybody else covering the sport, but excuse me.
Consensus was the best way that he was going to be able to win was to keep distance and perhaps use his wrestling.
Right.
Try to take him down, try to grab his fight to the ground, and wear Conor out. Because Conor's so explosive and dynamic. You can wear them out, and then their muscles fill up, and then they slow down in the later rounds. That was the hope.
The other thing is this. Listen.
Oh, God.
You can't avoid being happy for Conor McGregor. He's great for the sport.
I have been a reporter for 25 years. I have covered sports on a variety of competitive levels, regardless of what the sport is.
This guy should not be allowed to talk about fighting.
That includes boxing and the UFC.
When he wins, it elevates the profile for the sport, unlike anybody else in the UFC. We get all of that. But the flip side to it
is it really that crazy? Like, I don't know anything about UFC. Like, is what he's saying is really that wild?
It's just like, you have to understand. The one thing about UFC as opposed to like basketball is, and something that I'm kind of just getting from Joe, is that like the disrespect coming from it is it's an individual sport. So
right. Stakes are much higher.
Stakes are intensely high, and the amount of training and brutality and these guys go through. And cutting
they're
weight,
risking their lives in a lot of ways.
Cutting the weight. Every time they go into that octagon, they're risking they could die. It's like, something could fuck up, and like, I mean, it doesn't happen, but like that's a risk. Like there's guys get leg kicked and they need reconstructive surgery on their knee. Like it's like. It's crazy, and like Cowboy Cerrone is like one of the best fighters, and
so it was disrespectful to him.
It was just because it's like it's totally. Like, I mean, he's totally. I mean, if you're fighting Conor McGregor, you're one of the best in the world.
As a comedian for Joe, like, wouldn't he think that's
because
it's so insane? Isn't it funny, in a way?
No, because Joe takes this very seriously.
I get that. Okay,
Joe was a fighter.
Only because it's so ludicrous I guess what he's doing is Stephen A. Smith is just kind of transferring his on-air personality with basketball to.
And there's something also to combat sports that I've noticed just kind of being at an MMA gym for the past like fucking year and a half is like. As opposed to like, probably like the Kobe Bryants, like LeBron James of the world, where, these guys are big fucking Chad athletes, and you get those guys in MMA gyms. But a lot of people who are in MMA gyms and a lot of people who are in the UFC who are entering this individual sport, there's something like broken and missing with them.
Okay.
Like fighters are different kind of breeds of people, and there's like there's a reason you got into fighting, and sometimes that reason's very dark, and sometimes that reason's sad. Like if you look at like Nick Diaz, his girlfriend essentially killed herself, and like she like ran into traffic, and like these guys a lot of these guys aren't that happy, and like some of them get CTE injuries and they and they're not paid nearly as much as like anyone. It's crazy. But
then when they make it to the big time, they're paid.
If you entered an MMA gym and saw the sheer amount of anime nerds in that fucking place, and like dudes who don't get laid, oh god,
oh yeah, you know what, there is kind of I don't want to say there's a incel to MMA pipeline.
There's a Venn diagram out there. There's a Venn diagram out there.
I'm not saying that.
None of the guys in my gym are that way. But
there is something to. Do you think it's because it's less of a sport that requires you to socialize?
No, I think it's
initially. No, I guess you do end up socializing quite a bit with it within it. I don't know. I don't know any of this stuff. Forgive me if I'm offending anybody.
I started doing this, and it wasn't even a conscious decision when I started doing jiu-jitsu. It was like a thing where I was just like, I just don't feel confident physically.
I see.
And like that came from years of being a fat fuck. You know what I mean? I was an obese retard for a lot of years. I've never been an athlete. I've never been on a sport team in my entire life. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm going to do one of the hardest individual sports out there. And it's going okay.
Yeah.
I'm certainly like not the best fucking dude on earth, and even in my little stratosphere, I'm probably lower than most of the guys. And like the thing is like, it's incredibly humbling, but like I meet people who I'm just like, oh, you would have hung out with the dweebs in high school.
I see.
But you're shredded now, and you're a human weapon. And it's like there's something fun to that. And it's like, it's cool. It's like, but also they're the nicest people on earth.
Now, is there a former incel, current MMA, shredded guy, to comedy pipeline?
No.
Because of Rogan, or no?
Well, Rogan just opened up the whole fucking world to like, you know,
not that Rogan
because of Brendan Schaub, who was
that either.
Brendan Schaub was one of the guys who were like one of the Chads, like he was a fucking college athlete and shit. But like, you know, like I mean,
I'll clock in at Chang's. I'll clock in at Chang's any day.
George St. Pierre is one of the greatest fighters of all time. George St. Pierre is one of the weirdest dudes you'll ever see in your. He's shredded. He's good looking. He's French Canadian, but he believes he was abducted by UFOs. He's obsessed.
I love it.
He's
really?
Yes, he's obsessed with dinosaurs. He's always posting about dinosaurs on his Instagram. He seems super nice.
Yeah, but see, guys like that don't help the alien abduction narrative, right? Famous guys that just want to like hop on and steal the valor.
If I thought the UFOs were going to come to Earth, they might as well abduct George St. Pierre because he's a specimen.
Our alien episode got a flag about not a flag, like it got like a one of those things on YouTube where it just like provides more context.
Oh, shut the fuck up, YouTube.
No, I was excited because I was like, oh, I guess I have enough people here that they need to provide context for people.
Yeah,
and they did it way after the fact.
Okay, well, you know, these things happen, and like, you know, GSP is like, I mean, GSP got bullied relentlessly as a child, you know.
George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
I've just heard that name. It sounds like a Brandy Melville like shirt name.
It's a great name, George St. Pierre. They have a statue to him in like wherever he's from.
Cool. You know, I don't know. What do we think is going to happen with this election? I really think Trump's going. He might really just take it home.
I don't think so.
What?
I'm calling it out there.
Who do you think is going to win?
I think the Republicans are going to run somebody, and they're going to
DeSantis.
I think they're going to pick DeSantis or something.
No, but John, you're not paying attention if you think that.
I don't know. I kind of lost face for him when he lost to Biden.
Okay, we're talking about right now though. We're not talking about 3 years ago. Because here's the truth of the matter. Yeah. Donald Trump is the leader of the Republican Party. Doesn't matter what you think about it. It's a fact. It's a fact. He's the overwhelming favorite within the Republican Party. Mike Pence is, what's he got? 10%? Probably not even. I think Trump has 57%. He's got an overwhelming majority in the Republican Party. He is it, dude. Yeah. There is nobody else. There is nobody. I mean, he has transcended politics. He is now a cultural figure in a way that I don't think anybody is ready to metabolize, nor has anyone really tried to metabolize it. Especially if you're older than 50, your whole instinct is just fuck Trump and democracy. It's like all of that is fine and dandy. I get it, but it's like you're not even gonna be around pretty soon.
A Trump DeSantis ticket will win.
100%, dude. 100%. A Trump DeSantis ticket, and I'm not saying that this should happen. By the way,
a Trump DeSantis ticket.
I'm not saying that either.
Might be the most impressive American.
100%. What are you gonna put that up against?
I would put that up against like fucking Gorbachev.
Yeah, right.
I would like,
bro. I put that up against Putin.
I put that up against like Cyrus the Great. I would like.
Now you need to backtrack a bit. Don't you fucking don't you come from my people, John?
Cyrus the Great would be like, he's asking Trump for his taxes. And he'd be like, I think
I gotta go with Cyrus for that one. But,
yeah, well, I mean, he's one of the greatest statesmen of all time. But yes, I put that up against Bismarck. I'd put that.
And he's my uncle. So
okay, relax. God, you people annoy me.
What? You don't know that he's not
your uncle?
He could be. I mean, like
you just made that. I thought you were trying to you like literally have like direct
I'm not. No.
I was like, relax.
Listen,
okay.
All things are possible.
Yeah, I'm sure you are related
Christ
to somebody.
Who strengthens me.
Yeah, they all fucked each other. I'm sure you are related to Cyrus the Great in some way. But like, good God,
I wouldn't be opposed to claiming that.
There's Why not? Is it Zoroastrians? Are those the weird
whatever.
Iranians? Yeah, those people crack me up. Those are like the...
Which ones?
The Zoroastrians or whatever.
Or what?
I remember I wish I could find him. You would love this. There was a gay Iranian prostitute who had one of the best websites I've ever seen in my life. My friend showed it to me. My good friend from Atlanta is Persian. He said, check this guy out. He's a gay Iranian. He kind of like went viral a little bit, like a tad bit, but he would like Photoshop himself with like those like eagle wings on his back and shit.
Yeah.
And he like made himself look like super white. Like he like Photoshopped himself, and he's all into like being like, God, I wish I could find it.
The thing is Trump is low-key Persian.
Okay, stop.
He is though. No, he kind of is though, dude. Have you seen his house? It's all gold. It's all like gaudy. Yeah, no, dude.
Don't claim he's a kraut through and through, and we're claiming him. We're claiming gaudy.
But what's interesting about it, the tension with him and Iran is that like in any other political time or climate, like he would be very, I'm sure he actually really likes Persian. I'm sure he knows quite a few of them in Iran or in New York, but he, you know, politically is doing what he thinks is, you know.
I think you're underestimating the German American as opposed to the WASP. You know what I mean?
Why? How am I underestimating anything?
I think you don't really understand like the
Don't accuse me of underestimating a German. Never have I done that. And it doesn't even have to be during the Cold War or World War II.
You know, there's German Americans kick ass. We're the strong people.
Right.
We're the strong ones.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We made this country. Mm-hmm. We were in the coal mines, and the German Americans, the Irish, were kind of like our little
you worked
peons.
with the Dulles brothers, and
we did all. We ran all the unions. We were the tough guys.
Yeah, totally.
Tough crowds, bunch of tough crowds out there.
No one is saying that Germans aren't tough. And again, I
German
love Dirk Nowitzki, and you know, I got no dog in the fight. Okay.
Well, you know.
You know, but Olaf with the pipeline.
You're trying to claim our boy Trump, which is.
I'm not trying to claim nobody. Okay. I ain't doing nothing.
He's not in your set.
I just think that approaching this new election cycle, I don't see a scenario in which a Democrat runs somebody other than Biden. Although if Biden runs, is Kamala going to be his vice president?
Is Kamala
Nobody likes her.
Dude, I haven't even
I thought
seen
maybe
her
they
in
would.
a while. What has she been up to?
I think our second
hiding her?
episode. I think our second episode of this podcast, we were speculating this exact thing.
Did we body Kamala on our second episode?
No. Well, we talked about her at one point, but on the second episode, I thought they were trying to. I think it was the second episode. I thought that they were going to try to run Pete Buttigieg.
Oh God, what a mistake!
Well, because that was what everybody was floating. I mean, and he sucks as Secretary of Transportation. Like, you know,
horrible.
the flights are. Did I ever tell you about my nightmare with Southwest and losing my luggage? And my God, what a fucking, oh my God. They did make up for it though. It's a good company. Honestly, they are. But all the airlines are doing all sorts of crazy shit right now, not in the consumer's favor whatsoever. All sorts of unfair business practices. And the person who is supposed to be checking these things is you gotta get yours.
I gotta get the gun
you gotta
out
get
of the way.
the gun out of his face.
My ADD's flaring.
Kids these days. But Pete was not cracking down on the airlines the way he was supposed to, and so, you know, but he is the Secretary of Transportation. He's part of the fucking cabinet. He's also done literally nothing to earn this position. He's been the mayor of some bumfuck town no one's ever heard of. Did you ever see that documentary they made about him? It was the same people that did
Mayor
Boy
Pete.
State on Apple TV. Mayor Pete, yeah. Boy State was a documentary I loved. Loved that. I've seen it probably 4 or 5 times. I showed it to Tim. I showed it to everybody. And everyone I showed it to loved it. Showed it to Deb. It's a phenomenal on Apple TV. If anyone gets the time to watch Boy State, it's incredible. But the same people that directed Mayor Pete. And it's just kind of an insight into his entire
robotic world
where he fucks his girlfriend Chastain.
When I lived in Traverse City, I walked by their house like every day. It was crazy.
Oh, they had a place there?
Chastain's from Traverse City.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, so I'd walk by their house all the time, yeah.
Damn, I wouldn't have
They
thought
had like
that.
a home there. It was like his family. Everybody knew his family. A small town. It's like 15,000 people, yeah, so everybody knew his family.
Well, he's just a deer in the headlights.
Amy Smart lives there too.
Really? Love Amy Smart.
She's so hot, dude.
She is so hot.
So hot.
Her in Rat Race.
Oh my
amazing.
God,
Do you remember that where she's flying the helicopter and she's like the rage in her? Oh, amazing. And she uses what's his face to get back at her ex-boyfriend. Ooh. Yeah, so good. God, it's such a fucking good movie.
I always had this fantasy. I'd be like walking along the Tart Trail, which is the trail that went through town, and I'd come across Amy Smart. And I would, you know, it'd begin with me like waving at her, you know, and then eventually I'd like spark up a conversation with her, and because I'd always be on my way to the co-op.
Sounds like what the abductors of Elizabeth Smart said.
For sure, and what I'd really wanted to see is the white of her eyes and the fear in her face. You know what I mean?
No,
No, I'm kidding. But you know, I'd be going to the co-op and there's like one like health food store where she obviously shops
That's really nice. That's really nice. That's
and I'd
so
be like, Amy,
that's so good. Yeah,
let's go
going.
Get a coffee sometime, you know? And then I would slowly drag her away from, you know, whatever billionaire husband she has with my devilish good looks and my silver tongue. And, maybe one day she'd be really sad and she'd be having some relationship issues, and we'd share a cigarette.
Yeah.
We'd sit on a log and share a cigarette.
All right.
Yeah. That's when we would embrace.
None of that is ever going to happen.
My Amy Smart fantasy.
I assure you.
My small town Amy Smart fantasy.
To any prosecutors.
Name this episode Small Town Amy Smart Fantasy.
No. The episode of this title Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
The title of this episode will be
Commander in Chief.
Hail to the Chief.
Hail to the Chief, yeah.
Or
I'm giving you my blubber mouth.
Your blubber mouth.
Blubber mouth. I'm mispronouncing words.
Oh. I mean, I think it's going to be, if they're smart, because obviously it's not going to be Mike Pence that Trump runs with.
Insane, yeah.
Why would that? Yeah, that would be insane if he ran with
Gay
him.
conversion Pence, yeah.
It's going to be, I think Ron DeSantis and him are going to have to put aside their differences and come together. And they're, did you see everybody was so mad at Leslie Stahl for doing the Marjorie Taylor Greene interview?
No.
Do you know she does CrossFit? Like
Marjorie
a psycho.
Taylor Greene?
She does CrossFit like a psychopath.
I was going to do CrossFit.
Dude, CrossFit just it
I didn't know it
turns
was
you
like
into
culty.
a lesbian.
I didn't know it was culty.
CrossFit is designed to take regular people, men or women, and turn them into lesbians.
They'll drive Subarus afterwards.
No, not even that kind of lesbian. That would be way preferable. That's a Flagstaff lesbian.
The Flagstaff,
To drive
Sedona, Arizona lesbian.
To drive a Subaru is that's a Flagstaff lesbian. We're talking like different kinds of lesbians. We're talking problematic lesbians. Okay? We're talking like Butch Dyke, like fucking they play shot put kind of lesbian.
Pickleball.
No, we're talking Miss Trunchbull and Matilda kind of lesbian.
Dude,
okay,
Jesus
we're talking
Christ.
that. We're talking like.
Play them to the interview, the Marjorie Taylor Greene. You're
It's
mentioning
so
things I don't
boring.
know about. What was so bad about it?
Just who cares? And Leslie
You do this
Stahl,
thing where you'll mention something and then I have no context, and you'll just skip over.
Why don't you know what's going on?
Because
I don't.
I'm less political than you, dipshit.
I ain't political. The fuck am I?
Exactly.
I don't care about anything. That's why I watch these. Okay,
That's a 60 Minutes?
That's why I watch 60 Minutes. And
it's a 60
I
Minutes?
don't watch 60 Minutes anymore. I did growing up. I did. I loved it growing up. 60 Minutes, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Everybody was upset at Leslie Stahl on the left, right? So, the ladies on The View, and not all of them, but some of the people at MSNBC and. Different parts of the internet, different pockets of the media were very upset with her for platforming.
Oh, for platforming her. I thought she did something in the interview.
Well, here's the problem with platforming her. It's not that you should platform anybody, okay? Anyone that has any heat behind their name, fucking interview them. Who gives a shit? The weird thing is that she does have heat behind her name, but that speaks to the power of Trump. You shouldn't even interview her. It's like Trump, but do interview her. Interview anybody that has any pull. The thing is she's from a very small district that she's not a figure that's going to change the waves of politics. Like she's not really doing all that. Like she just exists in the zeitgeist. She talks a lot. And she lifts weights, and Michael Rappaport going nuts at her today.
Dude, Michael Rappaport.
As she was leaving, dude, Michael Rappaport is so out of his fucking mind. It makes sense that he took over for Wendy Williams.
I'm gonna be real with you. Michael Rappaport's one of the most
crazier than Williams.
I unfollow very few people on Instagram, as you know. I have I follow.
Did you unfollow Michael Rappaport?
Fucking
out
annoying.
Of spite? That's so gay, by the way, to do that.
No, his videos are so fucking bad.
To unfollow Michael Rappaport is so petty, but I've thought about it many a time.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, I don't need to hear you
in.
screaming. Well, I'm not even talking about his political opinions. I'm talking about like his like funny videos just aren't funny, and he would post like 1 million a day, and I was just like, all right, this is.
No, he's out of his mind, dude. He's OJ Simpson, except he's not killed anybody.
I think he's a great podcast guest. I would love to have him on here. He's a very funny guy.
Dude, he's extremely funny. He's just been, his brain's just melted with everybody else.
He's just got the Gen X fucking Instagram brain, which isn't that far from Boomer brain.
Is he Gen X or Boomer?
He's Gen X for sure.
Early Gen X.
Possibly. He's not Boomer.
Yeah. You ever see that movie Beautiful Girls?
No.
Where Natalie Portman plays like a 14-year-old Lolita?
Sounds like something I would not watch. Yeah.
It's like a movie, but he was good in it. Anyways, this is Leslie
It's
Stahl.
rare for a member of the House of Representatives to become well-known
Leslie Stahl looks
nationally,
amazing for her age.
especially
I grew up
someone
watching
in
this
only
woman
their second
on
term.
the PBS
But
NewsHour.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, is as famous as they get. She's gained her
She looks
national
like she does
celebrity.
CrossFit. She's
Some
got like
say
a fucking.
notoriety.
She looks like one of those,
With a sharp
you know, those
tongue and
clay
some pretty
statues of Neanderthals at the Natural History Museum.
Yeah.
She should be around a fire or something. She looks like somebody took one of those. Somebody looks like one of those fucking wax statues of Neanderthal and put a big blonde wig on it.
She really does. You know why? When I did Girl Scouts, okay, when I was a little kid, I was in Girl Scouts, and we had a lock-in at the Natural History Museum in Dallas.
Lock in? You spent the night?
We spent the night at the museum.
That sounds so fucking
It
fun.
was
Oh my
amazing.
god,
It
I would
was
love that. Why can't they do that as adults?
It was so fucking fun. I can't tell you. It was one of the most. People
you
like talk
sleep?
shit about Girl
Did
Scouts,
you
but
bring
it's like
sleeping
I got
bags?
to have, you know, huh?
Did you bring sleeping bags?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my
dude.
god, that sounds so fucking fun. Where'd you sleep?
And all of the exhibitions were lit. Like, so everything was lit. Everything.
Yeah,
so
it sounds pretty lit.
It was.
You know
it
what
was
I
lit. It was so. It was lit.
Where
it was
did you?
incredible.
Which
and
one
there
did you
was
choose to sleep
food, and there
Snacks?
was cocoa, and there
Oh my
was like
fucking
it was actually
God.
like your dream
Oh my
world.
fucking
if I had
God.
to create, if I had to
If you were like
AI generate John's
dream world.
narcissistic dreamscape, which is one of our
narcissistic
Patreon
dreams.
episodes that I love, where he's a fat Buddha.
Yeah.
Dude, you would have loved
Can
this.
how do we?
And I swear to God, what you just said is true because I know I slept.
Yeah.
I slept under the Neanderthal in particular that looks exactly like
Look it
Marjorie
up,
Taylor
look it up,
Greene.
look it up, look up
Looked
Nea-
exactly
looks
like
exactly
that.
like that.
That's a white. I mean, that is
She's a fucking Neanderthal.
Bro, you fucking nailed it. She's literally at the
Look up Neanderthal wax statue. You'll
Somebody
see
should just
Marjorie
hawk
Taylor
her and
Greene.
sell her to the Smithsonian.
Yeah, she looks like P.T. Barnum said he found her in the Antarctic, thawed out nice, and then fucking brought her on a road show.
Well, she's got some bad work done. You can tell it's because she has that lesbian malady where it's like she doesn't really
Did
know
she get
what
her work
looks
done
good.
at Madame
She
Tussauds
needs
Wax
help.
Museum?
No, that'd be better, dude.
Why
At least then she'd look like a YouTube beauty influencer. Here, she just literally looks like a Neanderthal.
Look up the Neanderthal statue. Yeah, look at Neanderthal statue. It's crazy how similar she looks.
Honestly, John, like, hold on.
Or duck going it.
I can't fuck with Google Images anymore. Neanderthal statue.
Yeah, Neanderthal wax statue.
Honestly,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's uncanny.
Okay, go to the YouTube video. Go to the YouTube video. Go back to that.
Where is it? No. Here it is.
Oh,
I fucked up.
there we go.
I fucked up.
There. Yeah, it's the same person.
It's literally
The same
uncanny.
I've seen
uncanny.
shittier Neanderthal statues that look more like her, but
No,
okay.
but she really does look like one. 100%.
I need to know about this lock-in. So not because
it was really fun.
Yeah. So what? So you stayed in the Neanderthal statue? area?
Yeah, so I think we stayed.
Did they cordon you into specific
2 days.
places? What the fuck? They let you stay overnight twice?
Well, so we stayed overnight and then we had to get up before it opened. I think, if I'm not, I think it was 2 nights because we got to have a whole day at the museum too the next day where we would we ate and we like went around and we did stuff and it was really fun. And then we spent the night in our sleeping bags and we had flashlights and because we had gone camping before, like we all knew how to camp with each other.
Yeah.
So Girl Scouts, that was like the fun thing. I mean, we stayed in cabins. We're not Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
we
not
were
out there rubbing 2 sticks together.
No, not that she was. By the way, imagine
She
her
probably
coming
does
up
that
with
every
that.
night.
Yeah.
She probably goes home and
It's she rubs 2 CrossFit weights against each
she's
other.
like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Dude, Roseanne shouldn't have even gotten canceled. She was probably talking about MTG.
Roseanne looks more human than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I mean, everybody does. Honestly, the bar's not high. But yeah, it was really fun, and we got to drink cocoa, and we ate a lot. I remember there was a
What
lot of
snacks
food.
did you guys have?
We did s'mores, and we did like the
What'd
whole
you cook
thing.
s'mores on?
I don't know, but we did. Well, there was a whole big kitchen too
Oh my god.
in the museum.
Dude.
I'm telling you, it's actually like
Can we do this as adults? How do we make this happen as adults? I would
we
love
could
this.
trespass and go to jail and do it.
No, we have to contact the
Yeah, we have to let's call up the Smithsonian.
Dude,
hey guys.
Wait, you're at the Smithsonian?
Do you mind if we spend the night?
Wait, you were at the fucking
No, I wasn't at the Smithsonian.
Okay.
I was just at some run of the mill. No, but it was nice. It was a nice natural history museum. I want to sleep in the
Apollo lander. It'd be so fun.
No, it was really cool because we saw Sacagawea stuff, and we saw like the whole Native American part, and then we slept by the dinosaurs too at one like some people slept by the dinosaurs, some people slept under the lit like displays.
Yeah.
But there were 3 little areas and we all kind of were next to each other.
Was there one like weird girl who like slept in the Holocaust exhibit?
No, I don't think there was a Holocaust exhibit. I don't think there probably is now.
There's like one weird girl.
Yeah.
She's like, I'll see you guys later.
I'm gonna sleep by Anne Frank
she's like,
tonight.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye. No, but there wasn't any of that. So I wish I could have sent some of those girls off to that area.
You're like getting that door.
Not to the Holocaust, but to the Holocaust section of the museum.
The museums I want to sleep in, Gene Autry Museum.
Yeah.
Because I know there's so many ghosts in there. There's gonna be so many ghosts. Gene Autry Museum.
I remember the Gene Autry Opera House in Oklahoma. My friend used to perform at.
Smithsonian, obviously.
Smithsonian's incredible. I've been to the one in DC a couple times. That one was great.
Another museum not many people think about that I would like to sleep in.
What?
Graceland.
Oh, no, that's disrespectful.
Oh, come on, man.
That's disrespectful to his memory.
Why would it be disrespectful? I wouldn't be doing anything disrespectful.
Especially now, it's disrespectful.
Whatever.
Yeah, I get it. It would be fun. I agree. I don't think Austin Butler. I think he probably did a great job as Elvis, but he just doesn't look the part. And I'm sorry, he doesn't evoke that feeling, no matter how much he tries to speak like him in real life. But yeah, it was a really cool dreamscape. It was my it was my night at the museum. Mm-hmm. It was isn't that what night at the museum is? Where they spend the night. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, Robin Williams showed up and Nicolas Cage.
I
was
thought
there.
you were actually being serious. I was like, what?
But I did do. And it was called. I loved that they called it a lock-in, like we were trapped there or something.
Well, I think it's probably.
What an interesting term, lock-in. Lock-in.
I've heard lock-in only applied at Ghost Adventure episodes. They do lock-ins.
I'm sure that's what they told Elizabeth Smart.
Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah, you're just in a lock-in.
Elizabeth Smart?
She was an abductee, John. Jesus, now I just look like an asshole.
Who?
When you were talking about Amy Smart, I brought up Elizabeth Smart.
Oh, and that's why I said the white of her
She was
eyes.
the one that was abducted for like a couple of years.
Oh, I don't know about those.
You don't know about Elizabeth Smart's plight?
It rings a bell, but...
You don't know about the Elizabeth Smart plight?
My brain, there's my brain, you ever seen that meme where it's like all the boxes in the brain?
No.
It's like my brain is like, work, and then like food, and then like ATF facts, and then Middle Eastern identity politics. There's no room for
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, there's no room for Elizabeth Smart in there.
No, I get that too. But that was a story that blew everyone's mind, was Elizabeth Smart.
I'm sure. True crime's crazy.
It do be crazy. JCS had dropped a new doc. I don't pay attention to this stuff. I just hear about it.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
Well, other people around me feel the need to let me know. Succession, solid episode yesterday. Solid fucking episode. Really bummed that it's going to end. These fucking assholes. I mean, but the Tucker Carlson interview.
Should we say that for the Patreon or should we watch that?
Let's just watch a little bit of it here and then we'll segue with it into the Patreon. I got to be honest. This was one of the best things I've ever seen.
Tucker. My mom, I call my mom up and she always goes, I'm watching Tuck.
Does she?
Yeah, she's
that's
an adorable
great.
woman. She's a great woman.
Tucker Carlson on Full Send. You know what I really loved about it is that the people that were interviewing him on Full Send, like, he really spoke to them as if they were his equals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tucker Carlson's a populist, easily. These guys always hang out with Hezbollah.
And he really spoke, he
loves Zins.
He loves Zins. Well, I love him as an entertainer, right? I don't think he's good for the country. No. I don't think he's like always a good faith actor. No, hardly. But what he is an entertainer, and when he is an entertainer, he's very good at it. These things are undeniable. So when you look at him, I'm like, he's a broadcaster.
Yeah,
he's a showman, and he does it. He really does it.
Oh, real quick, ADD, total segue, totally unrelated. I went to an Indonesian restaurant today that blew my fucking mind, and we're gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I had chicken satay. That was insane.
I love chicken satay.
It was insane.
Okay.
It was the craziest thing I've ever eaten.
well, I'm gonna pencil that in.
Pencil it in.
Back to
Tucker. Sorry.
Back to Tucker. Tucker here.
I just had to get that out.
It's okay. I understand. You have Tourette's. Tucker Carlson is incredible in this interview. And for the first 20 minutes or so, I was actually a little off put by him because he has this very maniacal laugh, and it kind of sounds like the Joker at times. But when it's on his show, it's different because it's contained, right? So he's just being purely an entertainer, and it's contained within the confines of the Fox News studio, whatever. Here, it's raw. It's a podcast. He has pit stains. He's chewing his Zin, whatever it is, and they're drinking some Canadian beer. It's a very raw. I mean, he looks like he's in our studio right now. Look at that. Look, he looks like he's literally in our studio. It's happy. It's happy beer, whatever that is. I don't know. But it's completely, he's sweating. There's humidity. And there's something a little off-putting and jarring about him in the first 20 minutes because you realize you're like, oh, he's kind of crazy. But then you realize like, no, he has to be crazy for what he does. Like, of course he's insane. But the rest of the interview, he's very sane and very like, not that he wasn't for the first 20 minutes. I was just kind of struck by how raw it was. But then eventually you start realizing, I'm like, oh, he's a fantastic storyteller. He's very compelling when he speaks. He has so many experiences. He talks about how he was part of this establishment zeitgeist in the media, and he regrets his support of the Iraq War, and he, tells a lot of stories about the NSA hacking his phone. These things are interesting to people. I want to know about the NSA hacking your phone because he wanted to interview.
You wish it'll happen to you.
Well, he wanted to interview Putin and they wouldn't let him. And he speaks about so many different experiences he's had throughout his career. And there was one strange part where he says he does this thing where he's like, I don't know no TV. It's like, which I believe him. But he can't even process video. Like he can't even process it.
Interesting.
Like when he sees video, he's like dyslexic suddenly. I think he is dyslexic, but it's too overwhelming, like sensory overload or something.
Hey man, Canadian.
So this though, like there were some timestamps I had that I'm gonna find really quick because there were. Oh, and he talks all about the Ukraine war with great detail and why we're in such a dangerous position here with this. And it's really hard not to be a little impressed with him and his ability to treat these guys as if like, and they actually went to Russia with Khabib during all of this. Like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty insane though that they did that. There were some, I had these timestamps. Hold on. I'm going to edit this part out. Damn. Okay. I can't find it, but yeah, I can't find it. We're just going to go. It's kind of all great. It's kind of just all great. We'll give you a little taste before we head over to the Patreon.
There is a gap between promises and delivery with all politicians, very much including him.
Trump. And he kind of spoke a little honestly about Trump.
If he wanted to, you think he could?
No, I'm starting it from the.
I mean, he couldn't build a border wall in 4 years, so
couldn't build.
There is a gap between promises and delivery with all politicians, very much including him. But I will say, in Trump's defense, and maybe because he's a little bit autistic, he saw the stakes of this like at the very beginning. He's like, you don't want, and this is what I do love about Trump, particularly in foreign policy. He sees the big stuff. He's like, wait, you've got Russia and China. They don't trust each other. We can't let them get together. They'll kick our ass. And we're not going to fight a war against them, one hopes, but we'll definitely be taking orders from them. Definitely. Mm-hmm. No. And he said that 5 years ago when everyone's like, shut up, racist. Okay.
That's what I mean. That's the laugh where you're kind of like,
is he wrong? Like, what? Why don't you address the question? Shut up, racist. Okay. All right. He's a racist. All right. Got it. But he says, if we start a war by proxy against Russia, Russia will align with China and we'll be fucked. Like, do you think that's true or not? Shut up. I mean, they would never address it. Mm-hmm. He's right. And that's when I was like, whatever you think of Trump, these people are speaking in bad faith. They're stupid. They're also the ones who got us into the Iraq war to no benefit to anybody. Kill Saddam, everything will be better. Really, I was there when Saddam was captured. I was in Baghdad
he also tells some really wild stories on here.
In December of 2003, I was
I'm going to watch this again, honestly.
I mean, every journalist was in Baghdad. And they were like, we captured Saddam in Tikrit. I'll never forget it. I was having breakfast at
those pit stains?
Baghdad hotel. And we captured Saddam in Tikrit. And I mean, there must have been 1,000 7.62 by 39. The AK-47 round was pretty sporty round, right? it'll go a mile. It'll go through walls.
Don't.
It must have been 1,000 rounds expended in that time that this took place. And my buddy is like, if you fire an AK-47,
oh, here we go. John's. We're back in John's gun corner for a second.
Like, kill someone.
I'm just trying to picture like how you were actually in this situation. Like
well,
if you were like
in this situation, I was there doing a story. I worked for CNN.
That's fucking insane.
And I took time off from my job hosting a show called Crossfire to do a story for Esquire magazine on what was happening in Iraq. And a guy I knew and really liked had been killed in Baghdad during the invasion in March. And I wanted to go see where he died. And I wanted to see what was happening. So I went to write this piece, write a magazine piece for Esquire, which was then a real magazine. And now it's this kind of weird, self-hating, I'm sorry, I'm a man.
Yeah. In this moment, were you just thinking like, why the fuck do I do this?
Well, I wasn't planning on doing anything really. I just I thought because the U.S. military had invaded in March and secured the country, that was the mind blower for me. And that changed my view of the world forever from then until 20 years later this day. The U.S. government's like, we have it under control. And I'm an American and I'm like 34 at the time.
Basically, he says they very much,
and I'm like, the U.S. government,
they very much didn't have it under control,
right?
This idea that we're all like, we have all of our bearings straight with this. It's not the case. No. Like we're not the idea that like in any war zone, whether it be Iraq, Afghanistan, any of these places, we are not in control. Look at the way we. Well, people like to criticize the way we pulled out of Afghanistan. There's no unmessy way to pull out of a war zone. But this idea that we're in complete control, we're not. It's all a sham. And he was there to witness. He was bearing witness to that. And then
he executed like no trades. He was not a finance guy. So where'd all that money come from? Belief, and my friend shares it, that there's at least as much.
When he talks about the NSA hacking his phone when he wanted to interview Putin, very interesting. He talks what's interesting about him is he speaks really candidly about a lot of these things. Kind of at this point, I think he has been red-pilled a little bit. I don't know if it's, by what figures, whether it be like a Glenn Greenwald or just, through his own knowledge and seeing the way Trump kind of shifted politics. But even before that, again, he obviously plays to the audience. He cares about the bottom line. He obviously wants to make money. That's the whole point of being on Fox News. He has the highest rated show, though. There's clearly something very compelling about him. And then to deny that fact as somebody on the opposing side, it just kind of makes you look like an idiot. He certainly has things to say. Again, I don't think he's a good faith actor a lot of the time. But these days, when you watch something like this, you do like him. It's really hard not to like him. It's like really difficult not to like him, especially because he's just running circles around every single entertainer that we do have. And I think a lot of this pull towards figures that are just personalities, like your Tucker Carlsons or your Candace Owens or your Ben Shapiro's, or I'm not even trying to lump them together, but anybody, Rachel Maddow, any of these people, I think that we don't have personalities in the entertainment sphere anymore. So increasingly, as the political landscape is becoming more and more cartoonish, we kind of just gravitate towards political figures or media figures who are more entertaining than our actual entertainment landscape, because that's been so fractured by streaming services and the internet and everything else that at this point it's like, well, let's just on demand a crazy person who has a lot of opinions on politics and that just echo a lot of the grievances I have and make me feel like I've been through a therapy session after I watch one of their videos where they just unleash all of their thoughts and opinions that often mirror those of mine. I'm not speaking for myself necessarily, but I get it. I get the propensity to support people like this rather than support people who are trying to lie to you. And he's lying too, but he's just better with the execution a lot of the time. But this interview was compelling. It was. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that about the Nelk boys. I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying it about them, but listen, they're fucking making moves out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't agree. Again, it's really not anything about them. He controlled the entire thing. This was about Tucker. And it was just I don't know. It was extremely compelling. You would love this interview. Bless you.
God,
you should really watch this. It's okay. Yeah. We're going to head over to the Patreon, you guys. We don't know who's going to be president, but,
We all know.
We all fucking know.
It's going to be Marianne Williamson.
And on that note,
Neanderthal.
on that note, we're gonna go. Hold on. This is how we're gonna play.
Yeah, play it out.
We're gonna play it out. And on that note.
Yep. Look at him go. Look at that look.
It's patreon.com/the Ida Hour. We have, I think, 7 episodes on there. We're about to record another.
It's good shit.
We're going to do a lock-in at a history museum.
Yeah, we will do a lock-in at some point.
It's going to be lit. Okay? It's going to be lit. Just like the state of the world is going to be in probably 2 years' time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good night, everybody.